Welcome to Bad Wolf Bodybuilding. This is your final warning.
Hey, good morning this morning. We are here. It is New Year's Day, and this is exercise number one, workout session number one of 2026. Today, we're going to do a back workout. We may end up throwing in some shoulders as well. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me or not with these earbuds in. I've put them in to try to see if that'll alleviate a little bit of some of my yelling and some of the strain on the vocal cords. So let's just try that out. We're going to get over here and do some unilateral pull downs to get started. Yeah, good morning this morning, everybody. All right, let's get in here and get this. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, okay? Other arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, there we go. Oh, who do we got out there? Hey, Jim Bro Joe. Thank you, bud. Good to see you out there, man. Hey, look at you, man, throwing out the old headphones and everything. Bubble headphones. I appreciate you this morning. Hey, so this is the very first workout session of 2026. Today we're hitting some back. We're going to hit some shoulders. We're going to grow it up and blow it up, guys. Hey, this is the year to get big. We're going to do it to it today. We're started off with some unilateral rows, which is just a one-handed row. I try to bias it by leaning forward and pulling on that lat muscle right here, straight down into that hip pocket. We just got our first set of 20 reps. We're going to move over to a T-bar row right after this, or a seated T-bar row. Then back to a straight seated pull down. And then over to a unilateral seated chest supported row. We'll have 4 different exercises, 3 to 4 sets each. So we're going to get somewhere between 12 and 16 sets of 15 to 20 reps on each one of these sets today. So we're going to have a great back workout. That's set number 1. Let's get set number 2. Yeah, good to see you all guys out here, man. Going back to bed. Will you get some sleep, Jim? Or, excuse me, Joe. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. All right, let's get another set in here. Woo! All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, Jesus, 19, 20, damn, woo. Hey, that was getting rough, y'all. That's getting rough. Let's get it. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, shit fire, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. Woo, that's probably all the 20 reps we're going to get. We're probably going to slip it back to 15 when we come back on these next 1 to 2 sets. Hey, it's been a little cool over here. We're in Central Texas, and it's been in the 40s the last few days, which is, I guess, a lot warmer than a lot of the country. But cool for us anyhow. Let's see what I've got going on out there. All right, there you are. I see everybody out there now. Yeah, good morning this morning, guys. Glad to have you here. It's the very first day of 2026. We're getting it. We're doing it to it, guys. 1 rep at a time, 1 set at a time, 1 day at a time. That's how we do it at Bad Wolf Bodybuilding. Thanks for being here. Woo, okay. That's our second set. I can already feel these lats firing up, guys. I can already feel them starting to expand, starting to activate. Sometimes we're able to do it on that very first set. Sometimes it takes a little while longer. Today, thankfully, I'm feeling it already. You know, it took me several years of just doing pull-ups, rows, things like that, and I never could feel my lats. I would feel them when they got sore, but I never really felt them activate. It hasn't been until about the last few months where I have actually started to feel them engage when I'm doing things and learning how to flex them, learning how to utilize that particular muscle, how to isolate it mentally, and then focus on that muscle. I really love the unilateral, exercises where I'm able to pull down or pull up or backwards, 1 arm at a time. It allows me to focus on that one particular side, and I can actually feel it. Just doing general rows, just doing pull-ups by themselves. Yes, I would get tired. I would get fatigued, and then I'd be sore later, but I never really felt them activate. It wasn't until I got on assisted pull-ups. Just doing pull-ups, I could probably get 3 or 4, and that was about it. I got up to where I was doing 10, but they were super, super hard. Once I went to assisted pull-ups to where I could lower the weight a little bit and focus on the muscle group themselves, I started feeling real activation and where I could squeeze and make something happen. How you doing there, Bluebell? Got my little puppy dog at the back door. Let me go let her out back here. She's sitting here ready to go outside. Are you ready to go outside, girl? How are you? You want to see everybody on the camera? Come here, let's go see everybody. Let's go say hi this morning. Let's tell everybody hi. This is my little workout dog. Oh yeah, this is little Bluebell. She's my sweetie. Can you say good morning to everybody? You come in and had breakfast, now you ready to go out? All right, come on. My little sweetie, here. There you are. Go play. All right. Woo, there we are. She's got about 7 brothers or sisters out there that she's going to go play with. She's the only one that I let come in. And it's just because I'm up and I'm milling around and she knows she loves daddy. When it's time for me to turn the lights on and come on in here, she thinks it's her job to come in too. She wants to eat away from the rest of them. She knows that she's special. And after she has her little meal, she's ready to go play with her friends again. All right, that was set 2. Let's get on set 3. Can't relax too much, guys. Can't relax too much. All right, matter of fact, am I going to add weight? No, I'm not, because I don't have another one of those. That's all right. We're going to leave the weight. We're going to hit 15 reps this time. There you go. Let's get it. We've hit 20 the very first 2. Now we're going to hit 15. Let's go. All right. Unilateral row. Pull down. And 1, 2. Nice and controlled. 3. Full stretch. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Elbow to the hip pocket. 10. 11. 12. 13, 14, 15. Okay, all right. Hey, I can feel that burn, boy. That's a good burn right there in that lat. Woo! All right, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. All right. We're getting a good squeeze today, guys. We're getting a real good squeeze. Who was that? Oh, Donald. Hey, Donald. Good to see you, bud. It's been a couple of weeks, man. Glad to have you here with me. Glad to have you here. I took about a month where I really wasn't doing a whole lot of live in the morning. Just trying to take care of these old vocal cords. However, hell, it appears that even a month off basically is not going to do it. So I just figured I better go ahead and start going live again. I'm wearing the earbuds today, trying to minimize the yelling, right? Hopefully that works for you guys. I don't know how well it's working. I don't know what you can hear, what you can't. But this is the very first time I'm trying it out. We'll see. We'll see. If that'll alleviate a little bit of it, maybe I'll keep the vocal cords intact a little bit longer. It seems that once, perfect, great, thank you. It seems that once I get toward the end of the stream, well, about an hour in actually, about an hour in, they really start straining. At that point, it's easier for me to just cut the stream, finish the workout, and go on with it. No need to yell. You know what it is? For so many years, man, I've been doing live streams where I'm across a room or I'm hollering at a large crowd, and sometimes there's just an energy level that you got to bring, especially at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. There's a certain energy level that you really need to bring, and it's worked well. Over the past, I'm going to say 6 or 8 months, I've gotten to the point to where it has just started straining the vocal cords doing it. You know, for a lot of years, I had a group of 30 and 40 men that we'd be out doing a fitness challenge in the morning. We'd be doing, a morning workout session, and I'm sitting there trying to project the voice to make sure that everyone in an outdoor area, hears, what's going on. And they can follow the steps. I can count them off, things like that. And it never bothered me when I was a little bit younger. Wouldn't you know? A couple of years ago, I quit smoking, quit drinking, quit doing all the shit that people do. And that's when the voice started going out. Yep. Right about the time I started acting right. All right, we're going to get one more set of these unilateral pull downs. Then we're going to move over to some seated T-bar rows. Actually, it's not a true T-bar. It's a double-handed seated chest supported row, but the way it's lined out is exactly like a T-bar would be. So when I write it down in my logbook, I always write down T-bar row. Hey, how you doing, everybody? Glad to see you guys filing in. Hey, if you guys like this type of content, hit that like button, hit that follow button, tap, tappity tap that screen. Let the world know, let the algorithm know that this is the kind of content that you like. Now, if you like the long form content with some of the BS cut out of it, I do have a brand new YouTube channel that I will be uploading all of these videos to in long form format. So you'll be able to watch them over and over and over again, the exact exercises. When I watch some of my favorite, fitness influencers, one of the biggest questions, in my head, especially when I see somebody who just has an amazing physique, one of the things I wonder is how many reps and sets do you actually do every day for that body part to get it to look like that? I can see the form, I can see what they're doing, sometimes I can even see the weight that they use, I can see the intensity of their lift, but I want to know how much does it actually take? And I found that after watching a few that actually record everything, heck man, I was overworking a lot of my body parts. Like I'm doing more reps and more sets than a lot of these huge dudes are. And when I get to talking to them, they say, oh no, man, lower the volume, keep the intensity, right? But lower the volume a little bit. And it allows for a little bit of maximum hypertrophy. When you're, just hitting rep after rep after rep, you'll fatigue the muscle out and you'll really work it out, but it doesn't really grow. It just gets tighter, right? Kind of like a runner. A runner will run, use these muscles all day long, for a 10K, right? And will have calves that are as hard as softballs or baseballs, but they're not huge, right? Yet you look at the bodybuilder who does a few calf raises. Next thing you know, they've got these big old, basketballs growing off the back of their legs. And that's part of it, is being able to stretch them out, fill them up with the water, fill them up with fuel, fill them up with glycogen and carbs, and allow them to fully expand. So that's what we're trying to do today, is giving that stretch, right? Hitting these lats, letting them grow a little bit. When I'm done here, I'm going to go eat a nice breakfast, let them fill up, hit some creatine, fill them up a little bit more, and just keep them full throughout the rest of the day. That's what we're working on for today. So we've got one more set of the unilateral pull downs, then we're going to move over to the seated T-bar. Woo! Okay, all right. Actually, the way I've got it set up is it's almost like a lying T-bar. The true lying T-bar would be where I'm up on it, laying over this bench, just pulling. This machine is a seated, chest-supported row machine. But if you angle yourself properly, for this movement, you're really off the ground, and it's just your chest supporting itself and you're pulling. There's no leg movement involved. Your feet are tucked on a pad. You'll see what I mean. I really like the option of having this in this machine. It changed a lot of things for me. Sometimes I'll just do a standard seated row. Sometimes I'll sit there and do a unilateral row. Other times I'll do the lean forward where my feet are tucked on the pad, and it's much like the lying T-bar, which is what we're fixing to do. Doing an amazing work. Thank you, Donald. Thank you very much. As a matter of fact, I tell you what, when I started this journey, probably about the same time we started following each other here, I was 216 pounds, and it looked horrible. Like, it just looked bad. I am now 6 months into the bodybuilding journey. I'm sitting at 230 pounds, right? 230. So I've gained 15 pounds, and it looks totally different in the mirror. Yeah, totally different in the mirror. Even though I've gained the weight, I shed a lot of the bad weight, packing on some good weight, and it's just a matter of honing it, growing it, and making it bigger and better every day. I see we have another question up here. Do you stretch after lifting? Paul, I do not. Well, I say no. I don't have a stretching routine that I do after this. Most of the movements that I do here, I'm going to stretch in those movements. I'm going to stretch the hell out of them. Just like this unilateral row, I'm fixing to do I'm going to do the last one now. And if you'll notice, it is a full on, I stretch all the way every time and pull back nice and controlled every time, just like so. So I get the stretch. Now, there are times when I'm finished where I will, do some different stretches just to loosen up the tightness. We all get that lactic acid build up and the knots or the muscles just kind of tighten up. And afterwards, I will stretch them out a bit. I will say that on shoulder day, I have issues. I've got some rhomboid issues and some rotator cuff issues. And immediately after the shoulder workout, I generally will tell the wife, hey, pull out that massage gun and give me some rhomboid work there, because without it, it feels like this whole arm is just going to fall off. And wouldn't you know, about 5 minutes after I get done with that, my whole body's completely relaxed. So it kind of depends on what I'm doing, to answer your question. All right, let's get on this last set, guys. We got a set of 15 reps, which is great. We're doing 4 sets here, 4 sets of unilateral pull downs. And the first 2 were 20 reps. The next 2 are going to be 15 reps, and we're going to get it. All right. Hey, thank you so much for that daily heart, Amber. Good to see you out there. Thanks for coming into the stream. All right, let's get it. Yeah, if you'll notice, I'm stretched all the way. That's another reason that I'm seated the way that I am. I'm pulled back from the machine a bit, all the way up against the Bigfoot plate so that it can't pull forward. I've got enough weight on it that if I didn't use the Bigfoot plate as a block, it would pull me forward just with this amount of weight on there. Okay, so I'm going to turn slightly to kind of bias this side, right? Curve into it. And I'm working on this lat muscle right here. I'm trying to drive this elbow down to the hip pocket 15 times. Let's do it. 1, with good form. 2, focusing on that muscle. 3, 4, 5. This is just for support. I'm not really using it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, all right. That's great. That's great on that side. Other side, same thing. I'm going to twist my body to where I'm slightly biased to this side. And I put this here just for stability. I'm not using it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, we got that, guys. We got that. That's 4 sets on the unilateral pull down. Heck yeah, if you guys are not already a member of the Bad Wolf fan club, get up there and hit that button, guys. It's 1 coin. Give us a follow. Pay the 1 coin. Be a Bad Wolf today. Join the club. Also, if you guys dig the merch, hey, the merch is available. Link in my bio, guys. I get all of this. I have a merch by Amazon account. I've got multiple designs. We've got t-shirts. We've got hoodies. We've got tank tops. We've got sweatshirts. We've got a ton of different types of merch out there so that you can sport your Bad Wolf gear, right? If you're looking for supplements, I am one of the newest HTLT athletes for the HTLT supplement company. So if you guys check out HTLTsupplements.com and use the code BADWOLF, you can get 15% off of your purchases. There's also a link in my bio. It's in the link tree. You guys go hit that link tree. It's the very top link. There you go. You know, that's something that moving forward over this year, because you guys have watched it. It's been over a half a year now. I've been here almost every single day and, you know, working to build something in this particular little niche, right? And I've been approached by several companies over the past few months for brand deals, ambassadorships, things like that. Now, I don't pick them all up just because I don't believe in all their shit. However, there are a few companies out there that I follow. There's a few companies that I believe in that I actually already use. And after either being approached by them or reaching out to them, I'm working deals there. I do look forward to 2026 being a productive year for brand deals, you know, for Bad Wolf Bodybuilding. I really would like to get into some of those different companies and be able to put some really good products out there for you guys that are not necessarily the same things that you're always seeing in TikTok Shop. Don't get me wrong, there's a whole lot of great companies out there that put their products on TikTok Shop. I'm trying to find the other guys, right? The other guys, give you a little bit more variety. All right, now we're gonna come over here to this seated row machine. I'm gonna throw some weights on it. Give me just a second to get that loaded up, and I'll be right back with you. Okay. Put the collars on so I don't have anything flying off. Now for this exercise, one thing I found is the grip will give out before anything else. Yeah, the grip gives out before anything else. I'm going to take you guys with me here. You guys come with me. Yeah, I never want my exercise to suffer because of the grip. I would much rather it be because of the muscle failure. So, my beautiful wife picked me up some of these little hooks, some of these little grip hooks, and had them in my stocking for Christmas. So, we're going to use them today. We sure are. Cool little grip. That way you can grab the handle on. You're not necessarily using your grip to hold the handle. You get to focus on the muscle that you're trying to use. So we're going to try that today. I used them last week for the very first time. Very cool. It really took a lot of the stress off of the, off of the grip. And I wasn't sure how much it was going to help or if I even liked it. Yeah, I like them too. They're handy. I've only used them on this machine. I haven't used them for anything else. Like I haven't used them for pull-ups yet. Haven't used them for deadlifts or RDLs or anything like that. But for this application, they really made a big difference. I'll also say that using these last time, I thought to myself, ooh, I need to up the weight a bit. We'll find out. We're going to do this first set and see where we're at. Okay. Now on this, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's right back here in the back, there's a set of foot pads. I will have my feet tucked behind them, leaning forward so that I'm pulling back on both handles at the same time. Normally, it would just be your standard seated row, right? Where I'd pull back like so, right? And we'll do that too on another exercise. For this one, I'll actually tuck my feet behind, come up here, grab these bad boys and get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, there you go. I had to stand up just to get the hooks off. Woo! All right. That's a good exercise, y'all. That is a good exercise. It works both of them at the same time. I can squeeze in the back and get that contraction. And breathe a little bit. And breathe a little bit. You know, it doesn't take me out of breath, but that compression on the chest is a lot. Yeah, oh, super intense. That's why I like doing it like this, because the lying version where you're leaned forward, you're stretching all the way. I mean, there's not much more stretch you can get. Matter of fact, when I do the unilateral, I scoot. This right here has an adjustment on it, and I'll pull this backwards so that it gives me a little bit longer of a stretch in between. I have to lean forward to get it, and then it's one at a time, just like this. Instead of just being flat, where I'm just pulling like so, I'll get biased on one side and be able to truly pull. And there again, you're working to pull that elbow to the hip pocket. Not necessarily just back, but back and down to work those, your middle to lower back. Now, before I catch this next set, I do have another cool product that I've got to show you. Now, this one's brand new. I just published this about 2 weeks ago. This is the Bad Wolf Bodybuilding Logbook. A lot of you folks, look at that, nice thick book. It tracks 90 days of progress. If you guys are familiar with keeping logs in your spiral notebooks or on a piece of paper, we've all done it. This takes that work out of having to copy it to every page. In the beginning of the book, it's got some information on different, let me see if you can see it, different workout splits, different information on types of workouts to do for various purposes, whether you're trying to build strength, whether you're trying to build size, or whether you're trying to cut down. Now, the meat and potatoes of this book is this right here. The very first side. Now, when you open it up and the book is open, this is one day, okay? You've got your workout log on one side that have all your sets, your reps, your weights, your exercises on one side. The other side is a meal tracker. This is where you track all of the things that you're putting in your body. At the bottom of the page, you've got an area for your gear, for your PEDs, for your SARMs, for your peptides, for your supplements, all of the things that are going into your body. That way you can track it from day to day. Now, there are a few things that I put in here that a lot of people don't. Like I add body weight, blood pressure, things like that, because I monitor mine every single day. And I'll show you, just like right here, I wrote down Monday, I was at 227 pounds, right? And I'll write that at the top so that I can just flip through. Let me see, this is today. Today, I wrote down my blood pressure at the bottom just so that I kind of see what it was before I started this morning at 3 a.m., right? But anyhow, that book is available on Amazon for $9.99, guys. $9.99 on Amazon. There's a link in my bio. I've got multiple printed publications that are out there on Amazon, as well as a full line of merch. If you guys are interested in being a bad wolf and sporting that out to the world, hey, we got you covered. We got you covered. All right, let's get another set. Let's catch another set of 15, guys. Another set of 15. 15 felt good. Let me move this forward just weighted down. It's a little harder. Okay, woo. Let's grab this thing. Feet back here. Ooh, I can't do it. I'm gonna have to grab it first with these hooks. All right. Here we go, guys. We'll put that back here and pull. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do it with a smile. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wowza, y'all. Hey, I'm feeling that. Hell, it's been almost a week since I did back, and I'm feeling it today. All these extra workouts or all these extra meals. Woo! Last week I was hitting 234. So I've dropped 4 pounds over the weekend. Let's go. That's it. Hey, but we got it. I set a goal for 15. We hit that 15. Normally I could hit 15 pretty easily on that. I will say that all of these extra meals are making it tougher. They are making it tougher. It gives me a little bit of girth inside here, you know, and depth of body. Depth of body. Hey, if you guys are out there working out right now, let me know what you're working on. What extra or what muscle group are you growing today? What are you building? What are you doing? What are your goals? What are your fitness goals for 2026? Are you trying to build mass? Are you trying to cut down? Are you trying to just get fit? Are you doing the fit after 40 thing? I mean, what's your deal? I like to know what everybody out there is actually working on. It helps me know who I'm talking to. You're about to, there you go. Work out in the evenings with your hubby. You know what, Amber? As a matter of fact, as of last week, because you know, I've got a full home gym here, and I generally wake up at 3 a.m., start working out at 5. That gives me time to drink a couple of cups of coffee, plan the day out, and then start working out at 5 to 6 to 5 to 7, something like that. Get a good session in. However, I found that later on in the day, about 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm pretty well done with everything there is to do. I sit down and start watching TV for the rest of the damn day. Till about 9:30, and then I go to bed, right? Because I'm old. Anyhow, I told the wife, because she's been wanting to get in and do some stuff with me, and she'll get up 1 or 2 days here and there, and then she's just wore out. She doesn't like getting up at 3 a.m. She doesn't like working out at 5, none of that kind of stuff. And I get that. That's fine. So, yeah, she's more on the cardio weight loss track than I am. She's not really into the building muscle and trying to grow mass and everything else. So what we did was went down to a little Planet Fitness, and we joined the Planet Fitness so that in the daytime or in the morning I can get up, do my weighted workouts that are pretty heavy. Then later on in the evening, right, I'll have her cook dinner. So dinner's ready. Dinner's totally ready. Then we take off to the gym. Go hit a little light set of something weighted because she needs some sort of something. You know, we'll do some arms or shoulders or maybe a little bit of glute work, some abductor work, something like that. Then we finish off with 30 to 45 minutes, you know, either on a treadmill or on an exercise bike or some sort of cardio equipment. And we do that together. And that has, not only has she been enjoying it for her own physique, right? It has been a game changer for me over the past week, just adding that extra cardio in, adding that extra session in the evening. Now, it has extremely depleted the energy stores. I'll tell you that. I've been wore the hell out. However, I feel so much better the next day, like so much better. So, yeah, having a split session has really helped me. All right, let's catch another one of these sets. We're going to get at least one more of these, maybe 2 more sets. I like to do 4 sets, 3 to 4 sets of everything, especially when I'm hitting it 15 to 20 reps on everything. You know, my goal used to be like 6 to 10. I really didn't feel like I got the muscle activation at that. Anywhere between 10 and 15, I do get that activation. And today I'm already feeling the back starting to activate. So if it's doing that now, it's going to be great. By the time we hit the next 2 exercises, I'll probably be wore out by the time we hit that 4th exercise, which is what we want. Then, if I've got enough gas in me, we're going to go over there, we're going to hit some shoulders. All right, let's get this thing. Woo! Let's hook on, let's hook on. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whew. Okay. Hey, we did that, y'all. We did that. It was tough. We got that. All right. Me unstrap for this one. That was a good set. Yeah, that was a tough one, y'all. That was a tough one. We got it. That was 60 reps. 60 reps doing that. That's not so bad at all. 4 sets of 15. I mean, that's pretty good on that exercise for sure. Gonna have to take that off for a minute. Woo. Oh yeah. If I can get it off. And we got it. It was time. It was time. Yeah, hey, even at 40 something degrees, guys, it gets hot in there for sure. Hey, what do we got here? Got the Bad Wolf sleeveless hoodie. That's it, Bad Wolf sleeveless hoodie. Okay, all right, let's get back up there. Let's do some pull downs. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, we'll get a side view. That should be okay. All right, here we go. Well, it might be too heavy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Back a little bit. 10, 11, 12. Okay, we're going to call it 12. I think it was really closer to 11 and a half, but we're going to call that 12. Okay, that's set 1. I could probably drop about 20 pounds and be okay on it, but I have the smaller weights on the inside of the larger ones, so we're not going to do it. I'm going to hit 4 sets just like that, take it to failure on each one, and we'll be good. We'll be good. Now, it doesn't have to be, 15 reps, guys. It doesn't have to. If I can do it in 8 to 10, we'll be happy with that. I mean, this is the 3rd exercise we're going to for back. We've been hitting 15 reps on everything. The very first one was a unilateral pull down. We were hitting 20 reps. Look, this back's already almost exhausted. Almost already exhausted. Woo! It doesn't take a ton to get the blood pumping, and it sure don't take a ton to really wear out the muscle once you've got it firing, right? Sure don't. I would like to have time. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it now or if I'll do it in my split set later, but I'm going to get some shoulders in today too. I got a new shoulder machine. Haven't even had the chance to try it out yet. It is an attachment. It's an attachment to do lateral raises. Like it attaches on. It attaches on to your bar right here, right through these holes, and then it's got handles where you can do like so. So you put the weights on the back side of it, and then it'll allow you to do the lateral raises. And I really look forward to using it. Had it for about a week. Hadn't had a chance to try it. I did get to put it on and do it without any weights on it, but I haven't actually loaded it up and done a real set with it yet. Whew, okay. All right, we're going to catch another set. Let me move this back just a hair so we can get a slightly different angle on that. There we go. But that's another thing too. You guys may not even have seen that. This box right back here, that is a chest press machine that I've just not had the time to put together. Well, I haven't taken the time to put it together. This room is already getting packed with equipment, and I'm at the point to where if I do put it together, I'm going to have to move some other things out. So until we remodel this room, I may just leave it in the box for now. But it's a brand new chest press machine that is like a 4-in-1 machine. I can't wait to use it. I've had it sitting there for about 2 months already. Also, I've got an airless paint sprayer over here, still sitting in the box, ready to paint this room, ready to remodel it. We tore out half the ceiling when we first started converting this room. If you'll notice, it's plywood flooring in here. We stripped all of the old flooring that was in this room out completely. I had planned on putting down some hardwood floor. After we got all the equipment in and everything else, I said, you know what, we're not going to do that. We're either going to go with an epoxy or I'm going to go with a painted floor until we move this gym into another permanent place. But for now, this is what we're working on. Yeah, thank you, Stronger. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a lot of work just getting this place dialed in. This was like a living room that no one used in the house. It was just a large room that had a bunch of shit in it. And I finally just said, you know what? I'm going to clean it up and make it into the gym. So over here on this side, we've got their power tower. We've got a bicep, tricep machine here. Got the pec deck back over here. See what else? Got a dip machine there. Got the dumbbell rack, got the rack. Over here's the cardio equipment. We've got a little walking pad, an exercise bike, and then an ab machine. And then, let's see, over here you've got your row machine. And back behind the camera back here, I've got the shoulder press and deltoid machine, a hack squat combo, leg press, and then your leg extension hamstring curls. So we've got just about everything that you could imagine having in a home gym. Happy to have that. Just need a little bit more space to utilize it. A lot of this stuff I have to move around. That's another reason I get up at 3 a.m. I try to figure out, well, what are we going to do today? Let me go line out all the machines. Generally about 4:30 in the morning, I'll come in here, load up all the machines, get things set up to where we can work and where we can film, and then get to it. So I'm in Texas, Jesse. I'm in Texas. I'm about 30, 45 minutes north of San Antonio. Yeah, Central Texas. All right, let's catch this next set. Let's get it. Let's get it then. All right. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, all right. That's set 2. I feel like we got all of those in this time, which is great. First time I only hit 12, but I think I was still tired from doing the last set of the rows. Got a little bit longer recovery in between that set. Felt a little bit better. I might have been a little bit hot too. Matter of fact, I'm going to run in there and grab a bottle of water. Be right back with you guys. That's one good thing about having a refrigerator downstairs. You ain't got to go far. You ain't got to go far. Of course, only thing in there is water and peptides. I mean, what else do you need in the gym, right? Water and peptides. All right. Love the little holder. If you guys haven't seen that, I love this thing. Look, these are the simple little tools, little magnetic drink holder. Love this thing. Magnetic, you can put it on any piece of equipment, stick it wherever you're at. Great tool to have for sure. I mean, if I wanted to just put it right there, bam, now I got look at there. Now I got a bottle of water right there, right on the machine I'm working on. Love that thing. Oh, JTZ, hey, all right, now I know who you are. If not, I'm JTZ. No, I didn't realize who you are, Jesse. I sure didn't. Sure didn't, man. I didn't look at your picture either. And to tell you the truth, I'm probably about 8 to 10 feet away from this camera. And look, these old eyes don't even see that well. They don't even see that well, man. I'd have to click on your picture and enlarge it and everything else. But I'm glad that you're out here with me, man. I'm generally here Monday through Friday from 5 to 6 or 5 to 7. And then I do a split session in the evening too. So, all right, let's get this next set, guys. Let's get it. I don't like to cool down too terribly much. And I've been doing a little bit more talking today than I normally do. All right, let's get it. All right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. All right. That's all I got in that one. Now, like I said, I've got this a little heavier than I should have put on there. I should have dropped it about 20 pounds. But I've got all my lighter weight on the inside of my larger waist, and I didn't want to fuck with it today. So I said, we're just going to hit it. We're just going to hit it. But look, we've been hitting every one of these exercises so far. We've hit with either 15 or 20 reps all the way through. And this is the worst form that I've had, period. So I think we're doing all right today. Hell, on the lying T-bar, we were knocking those out at 15 reps each. Killing it. Oh, we got 60 reps in on that one. So we're doing great, guys. We're doing great. I want to get one more set of these pull downs in. Then I'm going to sit on the floor and we're going to do a seated cable row, okay? Just a close grip cable row on the little V handle, and just do some seated cable rows, and that'll finish us for back today. For back, we'll have done unilateral rows, seated unilateral rows. We'll have done the lying T-bar rows. We'll have done pull downs. You know what? I'd still like to get in some unilateral seated rows as well. We may do that instead of the seated cable rows. I tend to get a little bit more out of that machine than I do the seated cable rows. I just get more out of it. So we're probably going to end up doing that next. That's 4 exercises, 15 to 20 reps per exercise. We're knocking it out, guys. We're doing it to it. Start again, going along with your machine and letting you lead the count. Oh man, we're going to get it, Amber. Don't worry. Hey, and look, if you missed any of it today, this video will be edited by tonight and be on the YouTube channel. Should be tonight. If you guys are looking for it, it's the very first link in my link tree. It's Bad Wolf Bodybuilding, just like this, Bad Wolf Bodybuilding. Also, if you guys are interested in supplements, I am one of the newest HTLT athletes for HTLTsupplements.com. So go on to HTLTsupplements.com. That's the harder than last time brand. Use code BADWOLF to get 15% off your purchase. That's a lot. That was a mouthful. Let's get this last set. Let's do it. Hey, I'll tell you what, when you start making these kind of videos, you get reached out to by a lot of brands, man. A lot of brands. Look, most of them are just shit you wouldn't want to take anyway. Look, now I got on the HTLT train probably a year or so ago, and I've been following Greg Doucette for probably 5 or 6 years now. Look, funny material. That's it. It's funny. It's comedic material. I enjoy watching it. And when I saw that they were doing a little promotion and they were looking for brand ambassadors, man, I hit them up. I hit them up immediately. And thankfully, they went onto the social media channels and checked out everything I had going on and approved me within 24 hours. So that was really, really cool. Now I'm just waiting on my first box to get here. I've got some gear coming in. I've got some creatine, some protein powders. And as far as supplementation, that's really all I use. I really don't use anything else, just from the grocery store or whatever it is like that, like your powders and all that kind of stuff. Now, if you're going to use anything else, just use some real shit. You know what I mean? All right, let's get over here and get it. Let's do it. Last set. Can you see yet? All right. Let's make it happen, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Damn. Now that wasn't quite a full 15, but it was as full as it was going to get. That was it. Now we did that on the back. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw on the hook straps on again, and we're going to come over and do a unilateral rows. I really like those hooks for this machine. It really takes the grip factor out of it and lets you concentrate on that lat muscle. Now, my lats are small. I've never had any at all, like never. I've worked my whole life doing pull-ups, doing rows, and just never got anywhere at all. It wasn't until I got this machine and then started doing assisted pull-ups before I started feeling them activate. Now, once I started feeling them activate, I've grown 6.5 inches in chest and back within the last 6 months. So it just goes to show you, sometimes you just got to figure out what works for your muscles, right? Doing the rows, bent over rows like so, doing chainsaws, all of that. Yeah, I fatigued them. They got tired. They got wore out. But I never really felt them grow. I never felt them activate. It wasn't until I could focus, and lower the weight a little bit, lower the weight, and then focus on that muscle contraction. Once I did that, I started seeing a world of difference. And like I said, 6.5 inches. And really that happened within the first probably 2 to 3 months. Yeah, within the first 2 to 3 months, I went from a size 42 t-shirt up to a 49.5, guys. 49.5. Some of it's back, some of it's chest. But the point is, it all happened from changing the mindset, changing up the types of exercises I was doing, and focusing on each specific muscle group, right? Individually as I'm doing it, not just lifting to lift. All right, let me throw those straps back on and we'll get right back to it. And this will be the last exercise for back, probably until this evening. And we're gonna head over to old Planet Fitness and we'll end up doing some shoulders and cardio over there. I wanted to do shoulders here today, but if I do that, I'm not gonna have any gas for this evening. I already know that. So I may as well go ahead and get some breakfast in me, right? Besides, hell, I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning, man. It's time for some fuel. Time for some fuel. My old ass is hungry. Since going on this whole bodybuilding journey, look, this is new to me too, guys. This is new to me too. Don't get it twisted and think that I'm some sort of expert by any means. Hell, man, I'm just a little dude trying to get big. Just a fat guy trying to get right. That's all. But I have had some training in this, and I have trained multiple times in my life for years at a time. So it's not like I'm totally brand new. At the same time, I don't ever proclaim to be the expert, at all. I'm just here trying to do it just like you are. As far as counting people off, Amber, that's something I've done for years. I've been in different, organized groups where there's, 30, 40 men at a time working out together. And you need that guy who stands in front, who counts you off. I've been doing this. I've been doing this. And I enjoy doing it too. All right, let's get over here and get these unilateral rows. I'm going to give you a different angle this time so that you can see that full stretch. That should give you the full stretch right there. All right. Now, when I do these, I try to alternate. One set, I'll start with the right arm. This next set, I'll start with the left arm. That way it just kind of gives me, it doesn't stick my brain in one pattern, right? I can mix it up and feel a little bit more free. So we're going to start with the right arm this time. I'm going to pull this chest pad back a little bit so I get the maximum stretch. Yeah. We're going to go to about right here. I think that'll do it. Add one more in. Shorter than I thought it was. All right, here we go. And just going to rest my arm on this side so I'm not using it. 1, 2. I do supinate the wrist as I pull back. 3, 4, 5. Elbow to the hip pocket. 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, okay? Now, if you'll notice, I try to keep contact on this chest plate right here. I try not to pull away from the chest pad. I don't want there to be too much body English. I really want to focus on that lat muscle, focus on that pullback, with my lat. If I'm using anything other than the lat, I'm not using the muscle group that's intended for this exercise. So that's the point, is keep my chest here. Don't do a lot of twisting and make sure that I've got a weight. Now, generally, if you guys watch me at any other given time, I generally have 2 plates on there on each side. Sometimes I'll have an extra 25 on there as well. Because it's been a minute since I did all this, I dropped it down a plate, right? So I'm only dealing with 140 pounds. That's it. 140 pounds together. Doing one arm at a time. That's only a 70-pound pull. That's not so bad. It allows me to focus on that lat. This is the 4th exercise in, 15 to 20 reps each. I can get a good squeeze on it without feeling like I'm just overworking the muscle and not getting the activation I'm looking for. So that's the idea on today's workout. Make sure that I'm properly utilizing that muscle. All right, you guys see that stretch? It doesn't get a whole lot better than this stretch right here. And 1, 2, supinate that wrist. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nice and controlled. 9, 10, 11, 12. Hell yes. We'll get 3 more sets just like that. We'll be doing great. Oh, for any of you guys that might be wondering about my own personal goals this year, in December of 2024, so a year ago, I was 165 pounds. In January of last year, so a year right now, I stopped doing that job and began working completely from home. Between January and May, I gained 60 pounds, guys. I was sitting at 216 pounds at the middle of May, and it was looking bad. I got out of the shower one day. I looked in the mirror and I said, good Lord, where did all this come from? Where did all this come from? Where did all this come from? I know I'm 44 years old, but geez Louise, where did all this extra come from? It wasn't there 6 months ago. And I realized it just came from working at home, not being as physical or having such a physically demanding job as I had had for the last several years, and just allowing myself to eat, and not be physical. I do a live stream for a living over on another app, and I have a pretty good little following over there. And I was talking to him one day, and I said, look, I said, you guys have watched me go from being 165 to 216 of nothing but fat. I said, today's the day that I make a difference. Today's the day that I make a change in my personal life. Even though I'm about to turn 45 years old, I do believe that it's possible to make a change, right? And starting that day, I started going live right here on TikTok every day at 5 a.m. That's right. And the idea is to not only document the progress, right? Document the process, but to give proof of life and to give a little bit of, what the hell do you call that? Starts with an A. It's in my brain, guys. To be accountable, right? Have a little bit of accountability to all of the people who I said, this is what I'm doing. This is my plan. This is the dream. Now come watch it happen. And there's a good little group of folks who watch this every day, who watch the progress on any given day. Now, it may only show 6 or 10 or 20 or 120 people at a time. But at the end of this stream, it's generally somewhere between 2,000 and 7,000 people that come through and watch this stream. And if that's the case, I need to make sure that I'm doing everything that I said I'd do every single day, and that I'm truly accountable to the people who are watching out there who need some sort of inspiration and motivation in their life to make a difference in their own world, right? That's the purpose of being here every day. Yeah, it is a nice number, Amber. It really is. And look, there are days now at any given time, like up on that live count, I've only had like 180 to 190 people, like at the most. But at the end of the stream, it'll tell me you had 7,000 viewers. You know, you had 5.6 thousand viewers. And that's general. Like even when it's a day where it's under 10, for that whole hour and a half, 2 hour period, there's usually at least 2,000 people that will have logged in and watched it, or have sat on a laptop, or who have watched it and not clicked the button. It's a pretty good number. And knowing that there's people out there that are paying attention really makes me put forth the extra effort to give the proper information, right? To say I'm not lying to you for anything, to show you real results, real time workouts. You know, when I first got on TikTok, I started watching professional bodybuilders because I wanted to see those guys that are as big as they are. What did they do to get that big? And you know, you can sit there and kind of watch a general workout on YouTube, and it's been edited and chopped and spliced, and there's badass music and everything else. But I wanted to see real time, right? What is the real intensity? How long do they actually take between a set? How many reps are they doing per set? How much weight are they putting on? How hard are they pushing themselves? Or are they? Maybe they're just all genetic anomalies and they do, 10 reps and 4 sets and they're completely done and look like gods. Or maybe they're the kind that have to spend 4 hours in a gym every day. I just wanted to know. And I have found that I was overworking myself. I was overworking myself going 2 to 2.5 hour sessions every day, doing, 6 to 8 sets of everything, doing it all almost to failure every single day, and then hitting it 5 days a week. I found that if I back myself off to 45 minutes to an hour, give myself a good 3 or 4 sets, right? 3 or 4 sets, take each one of them either all the way to failure or very near failure, I get better growth. I get better recovery time as well. I'm not fatiguing the same way that I was, where I'll hit it hard for 3 days, then all of a sudden my body wants to rest for 2 days. Now, doing it this way, I'm able to keep going every day and get a little bit better progress, a little bit easier every time. And it's a little bit more enjoyable when you're not dreading it, right? All right, let's get over here and get another set. Let's get it. Let's do it. I'm going to move the camera for this one. There we go. Maybe this will be a little bit better. There we go. A little bit more straight on. Okay. Now this set, we're going to start with the left hand. Left hand set. And here we go. Left hand set. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Heck yeah. Ooh, that was a good one too, boy. That was a good one on that side. I like that. That felt nice. That felt real nice. Let's get this other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Got that. Got that. Heck yeah. Hey, these straps make a ton of difference, guys. A ton of difference. When it comes to that grip strength, ton of difference. I love these guys. I'm so glad that I got these. I may not use them every time just because I do want to keep that grip up, right? You don't want to lose the grip strength. At the same time, being the 4th exercise in, hey, game changer, game changer. Also, I don't know if you noticed, this pinky sticks out. I have no grip at all with this pinky. I chopped it off here a few years ago, sewed it back on, and it doesn't bend anymore. So now all of the grip has to be with these 3 fingers for the most part. On this hand, I don't know if you can see that, but I chopped both of these off. Yeah, look at that. Chopped both of those off about 15 years ago. They can grip, but they're not the best. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, it can hurt. But look, I was in construction for 16 years of my life. I mean, when you're out there doing it for 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day, every single day, life happens. Life happens, that's all. It's the price we pay to feed the kids, you know what I mean? small price to pay. They're all grown and healthy now, so I must have done something right. And I got more careful. Yeah, and I got more careful. Woo, all right. That was set 2. We got 2 more sets of those, and we're going to call it good. We'll have been here for an hour and a half, which is fantastic. A good, nice hour and a half workout. And it's been pretty solid. I mean, I've done a little bit of talking in between, but I don't feel like it was so much that it has ruined the workout. I don't feel like I've talked too much to where it slowed me down dramatically. I feel like I was able to recover the right amount. You know, too many times I'll get rushed and I'll just go back to back sets. And by the time I hit about that 3rd set, that muscle group's wore out. Yet if I wait 10 minutes, I can go back over there and hit another 3 or 4 or 5 sets. So it just tells me that all I had done was fatigued it. I didn't truly activate it the way I needed to. Giving it a little bit more time in between, talking to you guys just a little bit, and then going back and hitting it again allows me to recover just enough to where I can go get that proper set every time. And that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. I hope you guys are enjoying today's content. Oh, G Brewer, my boy Gary out there. Hey, if you guys aren't following G Brewer, be sure and get over there and follow him too. He's another gym bro of mine. Comes in here almost every day and does his workout. Now, he's got a different workout than I do. This dude is lean and mean, boy. Diced up. He is cut up from the butt up, y'all. Oh, yeah. Getting ripped. Getting ripped. Yeah, he ain't got as much roundness and thickness as I do. You can see all his lines. One of these days, I'm going to have a 6-pack like that, Gary. I sure will. You give me time, boy. Give me time. Right now, I'm just working on 2. That's it. Now, on the good note, when I started this, look, it was just a keg. That's all it was, just a keg. Now, the keg has shrunk down to a party ball with a couple of little knots on it. So it looks a little bit better these days. It looks a little bit better. You don't have a 6-pack, a tamale belly. Hey, that's all right. Tamale belly's all right too, Amber. Tamale bellies are all right. Heck yeah. Man, I had some of the best tamales for Christmas, I got to tell you. No, where are you at, Amber? Where are you at? That's what I got to know. I got another tamale fan out there. You can't be too terribly far off, I'm betting. Where in the country are you from? Woo, like I said, I'm just north of San Antonio. Could have been those 4 kids. Oh, heck. Yeah, Georgia. There. Oh, okay, from Texas. There you go. You know what? I lived in Elberton, Georgia for just a short time in my 20s over there. Worked in an old granite shed. Oh, Harlingen. That's not too terribly far away. Matter of fact, I did some remodels over in Harlingen back 15 years ago. Very cool. Very cool. Glad to have you with us. All right, let's get over here and get another set. Whoa, all right, this time we're going to go back to the right arm. We're going to start with the right arm. Now, normally, you know, I generally have music playing the entire time. Because I've been doing the YouTube route, I have stopped doing the music in the background here because it just makes it a pain to edit on anything that I'm saying. That may come to change over the next week or two. It really depends on my camera setup. Doing it through live TikTok, what the plan was for me to do a live and then use the downloaded content from TikTok Live Studio to put over on YouTube. However, it only gives me the 9x16. So I really have to add another image or what have you to make it the 16x9. I don't like doing that. I don't like stretching it or skewing it. I really like the full 16x9. So I'm either going to start running 2 cameras or I'll just start running it in a 16x9 and then having to pipe it over to TikTok later. It just may have to be that way. Only because YouTube is where my longevity is at. I get a lot of views on TikTok, but I don't get very many clicks on, you know, the click-through rate sucks. It just does. Very few people are actually going to my link tree and clicking the links and doing the stuff they need to. However, over on my YouTube channels, people click my links all the time. So it's more beneficial for me to use the YouTube platform for that type of content. So anyhow, but I love the live aspect because that's where we get to talk. All right, let's do this. Right arm this time. Oh, right arm, right arm. Here we go. Let's go 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good stretch. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, high, 13, 14, high, 15. There we go. Other hand. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. One more set like that and we'll be good. Hey, this back is fired up, y'all. This back is fired up. One of these days, this back's going to be big enough I can flex it right for you. Now, I generally use music all the time, man. It's just about trying to do the YouTube thing. That's all. That's all. I generally have music playing out here. Look, I change it up every day. Sometimes I got some good old 50s car hop music. Other times I'll have some good metal. Most of the time, and look, say what you will, say what you will. Good old 90s and 2000s era pop. As whatever you might want to call that, it's easy to move to. It's easy to relate to. I have a whole lot of ladies that join in too, and not all of them are into the death metal. They're just not. However, you throw on some good old Britney Spears and everybody's happy. Just saying. Throw in some Katy Perry and everybody's grooving. It's what it is. But no, I generally listen to music as I work out the entire time. When I do my, skill, there you go. Skillet's great. There you are. Yeah, so, it depends on what I'm doing. Now, when I do my cardio exercises, I got to have some good dance music. I don't even dance. Like, I'm a horrible dancer. Horrible. But I can look, Dua Lipa. I like to listen to some good Dua Lipa when I'm doing some cardio. It feels good. I like to listen to Lady Gaga. I like some Lady Gaga when I'm doing my stuff like that. As crazy as that may sound, it's good workout music for me. Now, as far as the heavy stuff, the harder rock and the metal, evening sessions, yes. Morning sessions, that's just too heavy for me. It's too heavy for me at 5 a.m., man. It makes me feel bad. All right, guys, last set. We're going to call it good. Let's get this last set in. Let's make it happen. Let's do it. Are y'all still watching? Let me see. Where's that camera at? Let's move it over a little bit. Let's get it closer. Y'all can watch this. Y'all can watch the sweat fall out of my nose. Here we go. All right. Left hand this time. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, hell yes. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Got that, son of a bitch. Damn. Hey, we did it, y'all. We did it. We made that happen today. Yes, we did. Good solid back exercises. Good session. We've been here for an hour and a half. We hit unilateral pull downs. 20 and 15 reps, right? 4 sets. We came back and we hit a lying T-bar row right here. 15 sets, or excuse me, 4 sets, 15 reps. Turned around, seated pull down. 4 sets, 15 reps. Came back over here, unilateral seated row, chest supported, 4 sets, 15 reps. Hey, that's a back workout if I ever had one. For sure. Could we do more? Of course we can. I've also got another hour and a half session to do at about 3 o'clock this afternoon. So, stick around. Make sure you got notifications hit. Make sure you're following. Make sure you've joined the Bad Wolf fan club. And we'll see you guys later on this afternoon, about 3, 4 o'clock. Thank you for being here today. I'm glad you're here. Got to get the first 2 reps in. That's it. Hey, I'm just glad to have you here with me, Amber. JTZ, thanks for stopping in with me today. For any of you guys that are brand new, I appreciate you being here. I'm generally here Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 6 or 7, depending on the session. But I love being here. I love to have you with me. I like to have this 2-way communication, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the future. Catch you on the flip side, guys. Thank you. And come on now. There.